Because while I agree that no child should be abused, if your child has a disrespectful gene that they got somewhere, whether it was from you or they learned it out in the world, and they think they can disrespect you blatantly and other people and their property, you might need to whoop that child's ass. And for black people who got abused, and now you think that everybody that whooped their child is abusing them, which we bought into that shit way back. We bought into that. This is gonna be a different video, but we bought into that shit back when was it Dr. Spock? I always want to call him Dr. Oz because that's another quack y'all following now. But anyway, that's a whole nother vlog. The bigots who gave birth to that concept came to pass in the 80s when Dr. Spock wrote the book that says you shouldn't spank your children. Now back then the general black family was like, okay, and like we like, that's why your children are running wall to wall, okay, out in the grocery store, and there's nothing that you can do about it, but you're the parent, and that's why your kids whipping your ass when they get old enough to decide they're going to do so. Well, it took a minute, but now the black family unit has eaten that concept up. So now you think that everybody that spanks their child or whoops their child, you the whooping, you know, everybody that whoops their child is abusing. Look, let me tell you. Well, first of all, I don't want to be around your badass kids. And all children are different. There are some children that don't need that, you know, because you start early to let them know who the parent is, and you really won't have to whoop them later, okay? Because I stopped getting whoopings in the 4th grade. My sisters, on the other hand, they didn't learn so quickly. But you can stop getting whoopings. Just stop doing wrong shit. And the shit I did wasn't disrespectful. The shit I did was things like lying about doing stuff. It was stuff that I shouldn't have done anyway, but if I had been honest about it, I probably I would not have gotten a whooping. So I learned along. To this day, I can't stand lying. There's a lot of black people can't stand lying. Yeah, whoop your badass kids. There is not a thin line. That line is so fucking thick between discipline and abuse. And if you don't know the difference, then you are the only one out there that ought not be procreating. You shouldn't have no kids, okay? Because you don't know how to parent your child. How about that? But at the same time, when the line is crossed, as mentioned, it's clear. And you don't need to be abusing no children. Period. Ever. Whether you're their parent or not. The thing about that is, you then can't go in and intervene. There's no such intervention for misparented children, because the worst parent in the world will be the first one to tell you that you can't tell me how to raise my child. And the circumstances and the system would have it, you truly can't, because you will jeopardize your livelihood trying to help that child out. And it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing, because the child will going to end up being the garbage that their parents are. And when the child ends up being the garbage that your parents are, then there's going to be people like me that don't want to, and you're not going to understand this. It's because your parents. It's first because your parents are the asses that they are, and you are now the same asshole that you have learned to be by watching your parents. And so fuck you and fuck your mama. Chicks making poor decisions based on not wanting to hurt people's feelings and abuse their child because it teaches them violence. Are you kidding me? That's not what taught me violence. But hey, this is just common sense. Don't pay it no mind. Carry on as you were, soldier. As you were. Whoop your child's ass before the world does. Dummy. You dummy. Oh, like there was this video going around a few years ago, this little boy in the grocery store just harassing the hell out of somebody. I thought that was their uncle or something like that. The mother standing right there. The mother doesn't say anything. Mother doesn't say anything. The boy is just terrorizing the stranger. Finally, the stranger reaches into the cart. Gets a carton of milk, opens that bitch up, and pours it on top of the little boy's head. Little boy is about 3 years old. Pours a carton of milk on the boy's head. It's like one of those half gallons too. Pour the whole fucking thing on the head. And then all of a sudden the mother shows, oh my, like her poor baby. Now your poor baby. Now your poor baby. You're setting your boy up in life to get his ass whooped. And you can't be there every time he get his ass whooped for some disrespectful shit that he did to the wrong motherfucker. And so technically and people are in there talking about, oh, you shouldn't, it's just a child and you shouldn't do this or whatever. Fuck that. That child was not being disciplined. And the people say, you don't know what the child might be slow or mentally disabled or whatever like that. If your child is bipolar or slow or whatever, you know that before you take that child in public, and you're taking that risk. And if indeed that is the issue, and you took your child in public, and not only did you take your child in public, you then watch your child terrorize. Yeah, she was standing right there. Watch your child terrorize a perfect stranger, then you, my dear, are the abuser. You have abused your child by not disciplining this little bastard when he misbehaves. You have abused your child and put him at risk when he goes out in public and potentially gets his ass whooped for disrespecting other people in their space, in their bodies, in their person. You, parent, for lack of a better term, are an abusive parent. Yeah, I said it. Fuck you and your badass kids. I feel like these wasps know that Mr. and I sabotaged their nest in front. And they want to come for me. But they chilling. Just for now. Yeah, so about that legalization situation that I was supposed to be talking about all this time.